Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Explorer's Guide to Ravean. In this video we're going to take a look at the Serac Waste Deep Desert region, looking at kind of what exactly sets it apart from the other regions within the Serac Wastes and how it might be interesting to use for different clan purposes. So, the Deep Desert region is a harsh and inhospitable landscape with many flowing sand dunes that has made this region dangerous for many travelers. The landscape is pockmarked with sporadic oases that the desert clans of the Serac Wastes use to travel the deserts of the region. The Deep Desert region is a dry, vast landscape with sporadic pockets of vibrant life that the region otherwise relies on. There are two major clans within this Deep Desert region, with the first being the Stonehold clan and the second more prominently felt presence being the Thunder Speakers clan, a group of sand skimmers that span the majority of the desert territory as a nomadic people. In the past, the Thunder Speakers and the Sand Skimmers used to be individual clans, but they have now since merged because they seem to kind of hold a similar niche. Basically, each of them had different sections of this desert kind of set aside, and the Sand Skimmers ended up kind of becoming more of the Thunder Speakers clan through a prominent marriage proposal. The Stonehold clan, otherwise known as the Kamali family, however, is a reclusive and far more spiritual family dedicated to understanding the purpose of life and finding a natural beauty to life itself. They are not particularly religious or devoted to one divinity or another, but they're devoted to an enhanced understanding of the natural world itself. Based out of a number of mountain strongholds, the people of the Stonehold clans are studious and almost monastic people, focused on meditation, study, and the pursuit of wisdom for its own sake. These are the people that end up living in the mountain range that borders the Dune Sea proper of the deep desert. They don't necessarily live on top of the Dune Sea or anything else kind of within it, but they end up living in these large carved cities into the side of this sandstone mountains. The Thunder Speakers clan, otherwise known as the Vohra family, is a widespread and very powerful family in terms of trade, mobility, and territory. After they absorbed the Sand Skimmers clan, they've pretty much claimed the entirety of the Dune Sea for themselves. The people of the Thunder Speakers clan are very invested in the unified power of their sultanate, serving as almost zealous nationalists focused on the support and development of the strength of their nation. Under the Sultan Aiden Barbaros, the Golden Lord, the Thunder Speakers took back into practice their ancient tradition of being sand raiders, or sand skimmers by their own moniker. These sand skimmers serve as raiders of various merchant bands from the international trading expeditions, as well as undertaking minor expeditions into the Lebat Empire to raid minor outposts along the border. The Thunder Speakers also serve as explorers of various ruins buried beneath the sprawling desert sands of their territory. For the most part, these people are just a community of sand pirates, and they are extremely invested in being supportive to their government, to their sultanate, to prove their use, because if possible, they don't want to act out of turn, and acting out against the Sultan's wishes is a recipe for disaster, so they might as well get their activities sanctioned. And if their activities are sanctioned, then they can do all of these things without worrying or having to look over their shoulder as to what the consequences of their actions may actually be. And so, for a long time, there was not a policy where they were like, yeah, go raid. The policy was, don't do that, we're all a team, we'll take care of each other. And so they pretty much just went through the desert and were trying to, explore the various ruins. And then finally, when they got the green light from Aiden Barbaros, they, for the entirety of his long rule, ended up taking advantage of the fact that they could be raiders again and refocus their efforts on raiding rather than just exploring. Because jumping into the ruins is extremely dangerous, and losing people is never smart. And so they're like, well, it's dangerous, but at the very least, we're really good at raiding unassuming people. It's much better to get the drop on something, and you just cannot get a drop on, traps within these ruined structures. That's it for the Deep Desert region. Thank you all for watching. In the next video, we'll look at the last region of the Serac Wastes and kind of finish that part off for the Serac Wastes and move on to the Doke Kingdom soon. Thank you all for watching. Be good to one another, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.